Now, soccer legend David Beckham is now a Sir. Yes, it's Sir David after he was knighted by King Charles. Here's what David Beckham, or should I say Sir David, had to say following the ceremony.
You know, to see His Majesty the King stood there and receiving me, and being as elegant as he always is and charming as he always is, and it was such a special moment.
Given that, then, does that rise to the top of the mantelpiece at home, above the Premier League titles and everything else?
I mean, yeah, it's nice to have 6 Premier League titles and obviously a few other medals along the way, but this, without doubt, will be pride of place.
Kenzie, he said it's better than Premier League titles. That's pretty high praise.
Okay, so this is super fun to see. David recently became an ambassador for the King, Sir David, for the King's Foundation, queued for 11 hours to pay respects to the late Queen. He's dreamt of this his entire life. But do you remember last year it was reported that this moment was impossible? According to the House of Beckham by Tom Bauer, years ago, David's team contrived an elaborate plan to boost his do-good image to secure a knighthood. He was ignored, was livid, and dismissed the possibility of a lesser role, being commander of the British Empire. He sent this embarrassing, foul-mouthed email, and it was leaked. Where I can't even repeat it on TV. I know this is a family show. An expert said due to that tantrum, he would never see a knighthood, and here we are. So I guess the lesson is patience is a virtue, people.
Yeah, and remember, not too long ago, he and Victoria were buddy-buddy with Harry and Meghan, but then there was a bit of a falling out there, and I can only think that only improved his chances of being knighted. Now, talking about Meghan, she's making a shock return to Hollywood 8 years after she quit the industry. She's going to be starring alongside Lily Collins, Brie Larson, and Jack Quaid in a new movie, Close Personal Friends. What else do we know about this role?
Meghan Markle's latest on-set appearance feels to me like yet another example of her following Sarah Ferguson's post-royal career path. Both women have written children's books, hosted podcasts, appeared on reality TV, appeared on lifestyle shows, and collaborated with Oprah Winfrey. Meghan's decision to play herself in this movie even mirrors Fergie's cameo in Friends. I'd also say that the timing is striking, coming just as Page Six published a scathing piece claiming Hollywood has lost interest in the Sussexes, while insiders insist Meghan is simply testing the waters for a return to acting. I can't help but wonder if the movie leak was a calculated move to distract from the negative headlines coming out of Page Six.
Now, Kinsey, there are reports that Jennifer Garner is trying to push her and Ben Affleck's eldest daughter, Violet Affleck, into political stardom after her speech supporting the continuation of COVID-19 restrictions, including mandatory masks, went viral. I mean, it did go viral, but for all the wrong reasons. An insider told Radar Online they raised Violet to be a concerned and informed citizen first and a celebrity offspring second. And Violet's passionate, informed activism is a validation of that approach. I don't know, Kinsey, that young woman needs professional help, not a political platform.
I was just sitting here thinking, like, they raised her to be paranoid. I think that they're totally setting up this entitled Nepo baby for disappointment and failure. I mean, I know that Gavin Newsom is the worst, and we are the state that brought you Kamala Harris, but I would hope we would require more from our government officials than their parents being on movie posters. I think all parties involved are delusional if this story is true. I mean, because she just becomes a target. She just becomes a target by putting herself out there, especially when her demands are so unrealistic and polarizing.
Just insane. And that clip went viral because everyone was mocking it, and it was being mocked in fairly harsh fashion. I mean, she is over 18. She's fair game if she's going to speak at the UN. And the fact that she was given the honour of speaking at the UN, I think says plenty. And Nepo baby is the perfect description there. Now, Jennifer Lawrence has said that she's not going to be talking about politics anymore because celebrities do not make a difference whatsoever on who people vote for, and it just adds fuel to the fire, ripping the country apart. Kinsey, I think she's just reading the room. She was very outspoken during Trump's first term, but I think she understands that the country has moved on, the culture's shifting, and we don't want to hear from far-left celebrities preaching to us endlessly.
I know. I will see her new movie now. And I've avoided a lot of the stuff she's been in just because I thought she seemed really hostile and hateful towards 50% of the country through some of her past comments. I think that hopefully other people are watching this, the way that this plays out and the way that others are responding to this story and going, all right, well, that sounds like a good strategy that maybe I should follow too. I have no idea how Tom Cruise votes. I have absolutely no clue. And I love Tom Cruise for it. And I'll continue to see his movies. And I think that mystique in Hollywood is really important and they need to get it back. And we know how she felt, but thankfully we're not going to know how she feels going forward. And that way I can get lost in her movies and enjoy the films.
You know what? They should conduct themselves, these Hollywood celebrities, like the late Queen, because she was above politics. No one knew how she voted. You may have had your suspicions about what she felt about particular issues, but she stayed out of it because she knew that wasn't her role. Now, before you go, George Clooney has hit out at Hunter Biden after the former first son blasted the actor over that New York Times op-ed, that infamous op-ed he wrote calling for Joe Biden to step down. Kinsey, this is the battle of the scrotes in my book. I don't like either of these characters.
Well, I felt like George Clooney's reaction was pretty classy and calculated. I mean, I doubt he got the questions beforehand, but, you know, he says, I wish him well. I don't want to dwell on this. I don't want this to go any further, but I hope he gets better and something to the effect of, I hope he has an easy journey, quietly referring to Hunter's drug abuse. So I felt like it was kind of still
so
a
you
kick in the
call
gut,
this,
despite taking...
You call that classy. You call that classy. I call that passive aggressive. That is having a red hot go whilst trying to seem kind and compassionate. I mean, and to me, that's more underhanded than what Hunter Biden did, which was just say what he felt. You know what? I think I prefer Hunter to George. Kinsey, it's always a pleasure. Thanks for your time.